I don't know. So it's almost like a spiritual thing. I be feeling stuff, man, and I just see the potential, and then just once I, like I said, got to actually see from my own eyes. I'm like, oh, okay. And your approach is different because you're not sitting there waiting for people to come home and be like, okay, yeah, this is what we're doing for these guys. And I get it. For some dudes, it's money involved. You know, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars involved in all of this. And I kind of understand when they're doing this, they have to pick and choose um, the lane they want to be in and how they want to approach it, which is fine, I guess, for them. But I'm with you, kind of like how can you say you're for the people and the people that need to benefit off of what you're trying to do is still in the situation. You know, I feel you can't be on justice saying you're with justice reform if you're not in some form of way either coming back up in here, reaching out to people, or reaching out to people through mail or phone calls or something, and getting the data in real time. You know what I mean? You definitely have to be connected with the people that you say you represent, that you do this for.
Yeah.
You know, like the organization that I work with, Breakthrough, uh, they hire a lot of people getting out of prison, but they're in the prison,
Mhm.
and they got classes and stuff in the prison. The only difference is the film is they don't offer a whole lot of resources right now for when guys get out, as far as like jobs and stuff like that. Like they give you I think a cell phone, a Chromebook, or a tablet, and a little some vouchers and stuff like that. Get certificates. They're not a wage program. They do got a grant, but they're coming into the prisons helping people prepare for getting out. So it's a little different, and I just think people have to take. Really need to be something created where people are doing both, like the whole inside and out thing, to where the people got somebody waiting for them to help them, figure it out. And then even those guys that already got resources, I think got to figure it out. A place where guys can go when they're lost, when they get lost. Because right now the non-incarcerated resident population is kind of deep. Even if a guy's been out off paper for a little bit, I mean, it should still be a space where the felon, that's struggling can go and just, hey, come on over here and come talk to us. What are you dealing with? Like, man, it's hard out here. I'm trying to figure it out. And, a person can go and reset. I think that type of stuff is important, the continued support. Because you know how many guys that came back to prison after being out and they made it on paper, and that leash is no longer there. And like some dudes kind of need that leash a little bit. But when you're done, you're done. And I think if they kind of like a person that like when you in recovery from drugs and alcohol, you have a sponsor for a long time. Some people for the rest of their lives. Somebody they call and be like, man, I just used, or like, man, a person can be like, man, times is hard. I'm having thoughts, man. I'm out here in these streets. Just to bring a person back, because everybody don't have those support systems with family, or their family is the problem.
I got a question for you. So there's a lot of people like there's some people out here that been some brothers, and I commend them for it. Um, so they talk about it, and shout out to Dummy Dodgers. Check check them out on YouTube TV or YouTube. They do it every Saturday morning. He does it every Saturday morning. He talks about mental health and how it's hard for people out in our community to like address that. We see it in real time, and dealing with it as a black man or man, period, is kind of like taboo in a sense. How do you deal with that in there? How do you see that? And how do that affect the population as far as inside?
Oh man, that's a great question. So that's actually my job. So it affects guys a great deal because like some dudes don't want to even come back here in that space, in the mental health space, because they're like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm crazy, or I don't want people to I don't want to have to take meds. And it's like, well, it's not about taking meds. And who cares if people think you're crazy? If you got issues, you got issues. Eventually you're gonna end up popping doing something stupid, and they're gonna think you're crazy anyway. But it affects this community so much because you have people not understanding what they're dealing with and not knowing how to regulate their thoughts and their emotions. So they're angry for reasons that they don't understand. They make decisions for reasons that they don't understand, and it's chaotic because then you have dudes trying to self-medicate, you know. And I didn't realize I was self-medicating for so long, just smoking weed and popping pills and making hooch and all of that stuff till I reached the point until I had to start dealing with my stuff. And some people, they're not as bad as they think they are. But it's like having a thorn stuck in your foot, and every time you step, that damn thorn just stuck. You like, man, I don't know what the heck is going on in my foot. But the longer it stays in there, the more it hurts you. You start limping, and some days it's worse than others. But when you take that little ass thorn out of your foot, it's a simple solution. You just got something poking you in your foot. You take that thorn out of there, everything is cool. It heals really fast. But some people issues isn't as deep as others. Some people's issues are so deep rooted that it's not that they're past being helped, but they're a lot more deep rooted. They need a lot more working, a lot more maintenance on their self. And I look at it as one of the things I always use, the metaphors I always use is about emptying your plate or emptying your glass. Sometimes we have things on our mental and that are on our thoughts that create soundtracks in your head, and that's constantly telling yourself something, and you react towards that. So your thoughts is always shaping your behavior, and if we're not finding ways to clear out our thoughts and get that stuff off our brain, we're not growing, and we're constantly living that funk. You know, we kind of stay in that same state. So the problem is you have people in here stuck in the same state, still doing the same thing and expecting something different and mad because nothing's changing. And a lot of times it's just mental. And the guys that take that initiative to address those issues, those are the guys that you see just grow on a whole other level and blossom because they're taking the time to do that self-care to grow. And it's really important. I've been on this mental health campaign with so many people I know, a lot of my family, but it's for some reason it's so much frowned upon. Like people think it makes you weak, and everybody, I ain't crazy. It's not about you being crazy. You just have some maintenance. Like, you don't drive your car, you don't put 100,000 miles on your car or 200,000 miles on your car and not change the oil and change the brakes and all of that, right? It's unheard of. That car's gonna break down. Your brain is the exact same way. If you don't do maintenance on your brain, you start to break down. You know, working every day and living life. The things we see on the news, just dealing with relationships, taking on all these different personalities in our lives, that's a lot of mental toll that after a while the build up it starts to affect you.
So how do
So
you do the
I think
maintenance?
people,
How the maintenance look
it's
like?
just self care. It's something so simple as self care. Making it really regularly learning to regulate your emotions and how you're feeling, doing things to just taking some time for yourself, you know, really gathering your thoughts, doing things for yourself, making sure that you're feeling good. And if you're not talking to somebody, you don't even always have to be a professional. Just somebody that you trust and that you're comfortable with, and just vent when you need to. If it's things you don't understand, maybe talk to a professional. It doesn't always mean you're gonna have to take meds, or but some people when they come to meds, that's chemical imbalance stuff. And you may have to take some meds for a short period of time or for the rest of your life. But the maintenance is just the simple things you do just to relax and not stress yourself out and keep putting that balance on your brain without releasing, releasing things and taking time to love yourself, bro. Like, look in the mirror and smile for 30 seconds. They say you have to add another year or years on life. Just to take time to do simple things. That's why it's important to. That's why they have movies and amusement parks and all of this stuff. Like, people are too serious and they personalize way too much. So just doing those simple things and being consistent in that, you'll find that it releases a lot of stress instead of always self-medicating. And even that is not so bad if if you have a drink from time to time. Like, I don't drink or smoke or nothing anymore. And I know it's easy. People think that it's easy for me to say that because I'm in here, but if I want to drink, I could make me some drink. If I want to smoke, I can probably smoke. But that's I'm not promoting that for nobody incarcerated to do so. But those are options. I just think people can find more healthier ways to entertain themselves and to release a bunch of stress in a helpful and positive way.
What healthy ways and what healthy outlets do some of the brothers have up there to help with their mental health?
Some of the things we offer here at this place is in our mental health area. We have a bunch of different classes. You can come play board games. We got puzzles. We offer coloring pages and different like Sudokus and stuff like that. We have actual puzzles. We have board game days. The guys that are into the role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, they have a day for that. We have a day where they can do collages. I have classes to where it's talking about overthinking. I have one where it's about inner peace. for guys that are a little less function, lower function, play bingo. They win a little couple pieces of candy or something. And these guys really look forward to these days and keeps them out of the unit and it keeps their stress levels down. The guys that don't participate in the mental health groups back here, man, we have you can go work out. We got this library, listen to music, you know, listen to music on your tablet. We have the yard, whenever they have yard. They have the music program. We got the hobby shop. You know, do whatever, you know, if you're good at art and all of that. And then there's a chaplain's office. Like, there's plenty of outlets people don't always utilize these things. And these tablets is probably the best babysitter the DLC has offered probably ever. Because there's so much to do on these tablets. You got the Enovo apps. There's literally thousands of education, those things that you can do on there and get actual certificates for that you can get printed up online and put them into your file. There's podcasts on here. There's digital books on here. There's, you know, you got money by music, games. Then it's over in the incentive unit. We got PlayStations and DVD players and all of that. So there's plenty of things to do. And every unit, there's a program came in and put books in every unit in every pod. From non-fiction books to fiction books and poetry books. So I think people just have to take advantage of the things that's in front of them. People are bored because they don't want to do nothing. And sometimes it's just as simple as take a nap. Just a quick take, you know, slow down, take your quick power nap and reset. So sometimes people don't even do that. It's just always on go, mentally and physically. Like mental health is really important. Like people gotta start looking at it for what it is. Like this is your engine, and if you keep that engine constantly on go, you will crash eventually if you're not doing the proper maintenance you need to do on your brain, you know, your body. So
you have 1 minute left.
It's not about cleaning or crazy. It's just about finding that balance and making sure your mind is clear to be able to function on a consistent basis and deal with everyday life. You know, like the kids are saying right now, life is life. When to deal with, you know, life. You gotta make sure that you clear your plate. You know, your kids, you don't get no dessert until you clear your plate, eat all your food, eat your food. So you can start focusing on some of the good things in your life and not just worried about stress. And I think the biggest thing is not personalizing everything, taking everything so serious all the time. I noticed.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.